Hey everyone, how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here, and we're doing the typical month of Star Wars comic reviews. Today we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 comics to fully review. One being a Dark Horse, the rest being Marvel. It does feel weird that the non-Marvel comic releases for Star Wars are very off. Some months we'll get 3 or 4 comics. Some months we will get 1 or none, which is very strange. Although I do have notes for each comic here. Averaged about 2 comics a week, obviously it being February being the shortest month, shortest week. And let's just go ahead and tell you guys to smash that subscribe button. And just make sure you guys have a good time enjoying these comics. At the end, I'll tell you which one I think is my favorite. Then give a official ranking as a short, probably. So the first one on my stack is this one right here, which is the High Republic Adventures Nameless Terror, which is a new short series, and it is the only one by Dark Horse this month. So this is a story coming from Ty herself, which she was from the, what you want to call it, the High Republic Adventures from the old series. Excuse me. From the other young adult comic High Republic series. The Jedi that we are following end up crash landing on a planet with the Open Hand. They go to investigate. We get some interesting characters. We get a Biff Jedi, and some human Jedi, and some other characters that are introduced and all seem to have an interesting backstory, which is great. But yeah, so they end up crash landing with the Open Hand where an egg hatches, and the egg has one of the Nameless on them. So they go and investigate the ship. The Open Hand start to attack, and the Jedi start to freak out because of the Nameless on board. Gave that a 7 out of 10. I got confused by my note. Next is the High Republic, which is this one right here. A riot finally breaks out on Jedha, where everybody has to defend themselves or defend others. The Open Hand personally attacks the Wills, and we also find out again that the Open Hand owns some of the Nameless that are attacking the Jedi. We also get to see the origin of how the statue in Rogue One falls. I give it a 6 out of 10. Not really a big fan of the new wave of High Republic comics. I feel they're a little kind of boring, but they're also just starting out, so it's kind of hard to call them boring right now. Next is Star Wars number 31 right here. And the gang is stuck with this colony that they ran into for 6 months at least. And Lando and Holdo hook up, and Luke realizes that he needs the texts that he brought with him back, so he's going to go on a suicide mission to get those in the no space area that's filled with Nihil death droids. And Chewie also needs the Path Engine to get everybody out of there. So it's really setting up for the next comic. I gave it a 8 out of 10. Next is Bounty Hunters, which is this one, number 31 as well. Valance ends up fighting Vader. Hayden, at the end of the fight, Officer Hayden shoots Valance, but purposely only injures him to keep him alive. The crew is finally reunited, where now Inferno Squad is sent out to chase after them. Give that one an 8 out of 10 as well. Next is Yoda number 4, which is right here. We get to see a adult Dooku, but still a young one, where he's a part of the Jedi Council, meeting up with Yoda, watching younglings. We get to see a Wookiee and Trandoshan youngling get along. However, the Wookiee Jedi has a vision of Trandoshan people attacking the Wookiees, and it seems like his friend being a part of that. And Dooku tells him to hide his vision from everybody, including Yoda. Gave that one also an 8 out of 10. Next is Hidden Empire number 3, I believe it is, 3 or 4. Vader fights Chantha. The orphans get away, not fully. They decide to come back to try to save Chantha and ask Kira for help, but Kira decides not to save them. Vader ends up killing Chantha along with some other folks. Ends up being an 8 out of 10 yet again. But next we have Darth Vader number 31, where Vader wants to, or we get to see how Vader wanted Revenge of the Sith to end, basically Padme joining him. In this, he also tests his handmaidens. They end up saving Sabe, but Vader makes Sabe choose between them and him. I gave this one a 9 out of 10. I really like what they're doing with the Darth Vader comic. Next is Aphra number 29, which is right here. And we get more of the Sparks origin. We also get to see Sana's group plan to use the Fermenta Cage to save Aphra. And then the Spark becomes whole by taking another shard and taking over Aphra, where they are now headed to the Axamine Station from the High Republic Phase 1. Gave that one a 7 out of 10. Next is this last one here, which is Sana Starros number 1. Sana goes to see the family on Hosnian Prime. Her cousin is pregnant. Imperials invade and abduct the pregnant cousin. And it turns out that it's all part of a long-running scam. This one I didn't find as interesting. I gave it a 4 out of 10. So obviously, if you kept track, my favorite comic of this month is Darth Vader number 31. I thought it was very good and very well put together. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell. Follow me on all my social media down below. It's That Nerd Ryan telling you, have an amazing day.